I request the Prime Minister of India to make his media statement.
Your Excellency, Prime Minister Viktor Orban, ladies and gentlemen of the media, it gives me great pleasure to welcome Prime Minister Viktor Orban on his first ever visit to our country. I greatly appreciate his strong personal commitment to deepening the relations between our two countries, which have traditionally been very close and friendly due to the remarkable history of cultural and people-to-people ties. Like India, Hungary is a thriving democracy. It is a dynamic economy at the heart of a transforming Central Europe and a member of the European Union. Indian investors are increasingly finding a home in Hungary. In our own ways, both our countries are making important contributions to security and development in Afghanistan. Hungary has also been supportive of concerted global action for combating terrorism. All this gives us reason to work closely together for strengthening our relations. Prime Minister Orban and I had very productive discussions today in which we reviewed the entire spectrum of our relations. We agreed that we can substantially expand our economic relations by leveraging our complementary strengths, India's large and growing market, and Hungary's membership of the European Union. We welcome the work done by the Joint Economic Committee, which met earlier this week and identified priority areas for cooperation, including information technology, pharmaceuticals, auto components, healthcare, tourism, energy, engineering goods, and food processing, among others. I also sought Prime Minister Orban's support for an early conclusion of the India-EU broad-based trade and investment agreement, which would enhance trade and investment flows between India and Hungary. We have a very productive collaboration in the field of science and technology, which has been benefited from the annual contributions of €1 million each to a giant strategic research fund. Today, we have agreed to enhance our annual contribution to the fund to €2 million each. This would enable us to undertake new projects involving high-end technologies. We have also agreed to strengthen our cooperation in the area of defense technology. Hungary possesses advanced technology in niche areas of defense industry and can become a reliable partner in our efforts for modernization of our defense. India appreciates Hungary's support on international issues, including our candidature for a permanent membership of the reformed United Nations Security Council and the 2008 decision of the Nuclear Suppliers Group on civil nuclear cooperation with India. I have sought Prime Minister Orban's support for India's full membership of the Nuclear Suppliers Group and other multilateral export control regimes. As I mentioned in the beginning, India and Hungary share strong cultural bonds. Hungary has an admirable tradition of scholarship in the field of Indology. We will continue to nurture this important strand of our relationship through continued support to Indian studies through fellowships and exchanges. I am confident that the activities planned under the Cultural Exchange Program 2013 to 2014 2015 would contribute to strengthening our cultural relations. Prime Minister Orban and I also exchanged views on a wide range of regional and international issues. We both recognize that terrorism and extremism pose a common threat to modern democratic societies like India and Hungary. We noted the need to create a global normative framework against terrorism and agreed to deepen our cooperation in this regard. I look forward to working closely with Prime Minister Orban for expanding and deepening our bilateral relations. I thank you.
I now request the Prime Minister of Hungary to make his media statement.
So good evening, ladies and gentlemen. May I just share some of my feelings I have gathered during this visit in your wonderful country. First of all, may I just congratulate to the leadership of India for providing such impressive economic results in the recent decade, which is especially looking at this development from the European Union can be classified as magnificent. In the world which is suffered, I'm speaking about the European world which is suffering of the crisis, especially in the Eurozone and around the Eurozone, fighting for even a minor economic growth generation and generating some more fresh air for our economy. It is really something promising to have a look at the Indian economy and the figures which are really convincing to all of us. This kind of progress you have made, Your Excellency, in the recent years is a clear evidence to all of us that your nation is getting more and more a new global power, and in the future we have to look India from that angle and from that point of view. May I just say thank you very much for all the dignitaries of India who were kind to accept us and to share your thoughts with us. May I just say thanks to the Indian investors as well in Hungary, especially two major companies of Indian economy who already have signed a strategic cooperation agreement with the Hungarian government, serving as a flagship to the Indian investors in Hungary. May I just underline the point which was done by the Prime Minister that we Hungarians support India's ambitions of obtaining permanent membership in the United Nations Security Council. This is not just the point of the present Hungarian government, but that was earlier and that will be the future, because it's not a party, but it's a very much national point of view of Hungary. Ladies and gentlemen, may I just add another point? I try to explain everywhere here in India that of course we have some difficulties inside the European Union economic zone, but at the same time I kindly ask all of you to identify a region which called Central Europe and which reformed itself. It's containing 4 or 5 countries with 80 million people. I'm speaking about the Central European region, which is reformed deeply itself and over the crisis and has the greatest potential inside the European Union for growth. So when you would like to take into consideration your possibilities in the European Union, some special attention should be deserved by the Central European region. We have a cooperation of 4 Central European major countries, the so-called Visegrad Group, the Polish, the Czechish, the Slovakian, and the Hungarian government. And we have regular summits of these 4 prime ministers, and I had a mandate to invite the Prime Minister of India to visit one of our summits in the future, and I hope that he will be in a position to accept our invitation, and I'm happy to see him somewhere in Central Europe. Now I'm the president of that group anyway. Now is the Budapest of the capital of our cooperation, but it's changed every year. So I hope in Central Europe we have a chance soon to see each other. One other point I would like to make, ladies and gentlemen, this is the long-term foundation of our partnership, because we Hungarians think that money is important, business is important, politics is good, but human relation is even more important. So therefore the Hungarian government, to express how committed we are to have a long-standing, long-term partnership. We would like to provide a solid foundation for that. So therefore, we are offering 200 Hungarian state scholarship yearly to the Indian students to come to Hungary and build up a common trust and a better future for both the nation of India and for Hungary. Again, thank you very much, Your Excellency Prime Minister, to accept us and providing that excellent experience for all the Hungarian delegation. Thank you.
Thank you very much. With that, we come to the end of this.